that actually made me feel better, guys. Thanks very much for that. So basically, what we're doing here, we're just a real amateur bunch of blokes talking about some amateur footy here in the Wide Bay. So I'm Jimmy Power. I'm the coach of the mighty winless Across the Waves Eagles at the moment. Next to me over here, we got Griffin Webb from the Brothers Bulldogs. Good to see you, Griff.
You too, mate. Thanks for having me.
Rightio. So yeah, basically, guys, all we're doing here is talking a bit of banter about local footy and other things that go on amongst the community. So what better way to start? We've also got another couple of absolute stalwarts here of the competition in the past. So we've got Shaun Enever and Benny Turnbull, also from Eagles and Waves. Nice to meet you guys, and nice to see you.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Alrighty.
Thanks for coming along.
Beauty. So I reckon, guys, we were sort of just sitting around the footy club bar heater after another 100-point loss, a couple of consoling beverages, and I looked around and we sort of said to the guys, you know what we should do? We should really go and do a local AFL TV footy show here in the Wide Bay. And everyone looked at me and said, Jimmy, you're an absolute nutter. And anyway, I reckon I am. Someone else has actually organised all this and got us together. And what even is more unbelievable is that they've got us sort of bunch of muppets here to try and run the show. So anyway, guys, a bit more of an introduction. I'll give you a bit of an insight into Shaun Enever here. 1997, leading goal kicker for Across the Waves. Club president from 2015 to 2020. And I think we won, like 3 or 4 flags in that?
3 flags, yeah.
Yeah, 3 flags in 5 years, so pretty good from the Prez. 2017 Club Person of the Year, 2021 Life Member, and he now has 3 kids currently playing for Across the Waves. 2 are all right. One's just come off a BOG in the grand final in the Sheagles,
Yep.
which we'll get to. But how do you reckon of those 3? Like, how would you rate them 1 to 3 as footballers and children in general?
Straight off the bat.
Are my kids going to see this? No.
I don't know.
Well, I got the 2 boys who are both senior grade in our club at the moment. I have one who's taken out the best and fairest a couple of years ago, and his brother's kicking his ass this year. So we'll just see how that goes. And then, of course, I've got Sarah, who has just taken out best on ground for the grand final. Very proud moment, being a dad and being part of the club.
Speaking of the coach, I definitely agree that Noodle is dominating over Jaden at the moment. So that's good.
Yeah.
And then, Benny, you got to give us a bit of a rundown on your history and past.
Yep, it all started back in 1991 when a kid named Jason McNamara invited me to the club. We met at Bundy High. I went down to Harvey Bay the next Saturday in Ken Davies' car, had no idea what I was doing, and just fell in love with the game, and I've played Aussie Rules ever since. Played all my junior footy there, disappeared for a couple of years when I joined the Army, and then come home and then played the next 18 or 19 seasons with the Bulldogs and had an absolute ball.
Yeah, beauty, mate.
Yeah.
31 seasons and 258 games later, and
yeah, a lot of games.
Games record holder for brothers, mate. So what's some of the fondest memories?
Obviously the grand final that we won would be the fondest team memory that I have. Personally, like, I got to play with blokes like Ray Taylor when I was a kid. He's an absolute club legend. I can't even hold a candle to blokes like Ray Taylor. And then I ended up playing with his kids, play with Tristan. So that was a highlight, playing a senior game with my 2 sons. And even a couple of years ago, my stepson, my 2 boys and myself, we all put the Bulldogs jersey on a Saturday afternoon and we had a kick. So yeah, a lot of milestones, I think.
That's a pretty good effort, mate. So number 51.
Yep.
So you've got 24 on each team, a seniors team and a reserves team. And then you got an emergency for each, so there's 50. So how'd you get 51 then?
It was probably about 1993. I was bored. Channel 7 used to play the footy, the AFL at about 11:30 at night. And I was sitting there bored. I think it was a North Melbourne and Adelaide game. And I unpicked number 15. And then I had no way to start back on. So because I wanted to swap the numbers over. So mad rush to Nana's the next day, got number 51 sewed on, and that's where the legend began.
Beauty. So, Shawnee,
Yeah, mate.
2020, mate, last year as president.
Yes.
I think if you recall, we were in the grand final against Bay Power. I was just a lowly assistant coach at the time, and our then coach Wags had to get called down to a family emergency down in Victoria.
Correct.
On the eve of the grand final. So run me through how you're feeling going into a grand final and not having a coach.
Well, actually, at the time when it happened, I called on a few of the old boys and went and spoke to them and thinking on which way we were going to attack this game and the best person to lead the club. And in the end, there was a few different options we could go, but in the end we went the way we did and come out and...
So just for the audience, what way did you end up going?
I have no idea, Glenn.
If I remember correctly, Jimmy coached one game and won a grand final. If that's
That is correct.
I think it was...
it's not a bad record.
I wasn't going to blow it up his backside at the moment because we're...
No, that's all right. I'll do it for myself. So yeah, one game as coach and
Yes.
one premiership. It's been a steep decline since then. So anyway, we started off with a hiss and a roar, inheriting someone else's excellent team, and I've managed to turn it to crap since then. So anyway, so that's pretty good. Have you guys got any sort of best footy story, or Griff yourself, just lighten it up a little bit, go through and...
25 years at the Eagles, mate, so you'd have some memories there.
My best memories was kicking 3 goals against Benny
Oh.
one day.
Picture it didn't happen.
Fact check or what?
Yeah. No, I have no doubt you probably kicked 3. You probably missed a lot more. I might have been off my game that day. But yeah, there's been a lot of games. I've actually been lucky enough to play with a lot of good footballers at Brothers. We haven't had the overall success that Waves and Harvey Bay have had over the 30 odd years
We'll get to that.
I've been playing footy. But just some of the individuals, I mean, I've got to play with all the Webb brothers. That's been pretty good.
There's a few of them
The
too.
Sigurdicks, Brenton Sigurdick, I've played with Jack and Luke. It's been very good to play with some really good footballers, and there's been some blow-ins that have come in and out of the club. But yeah, just getting to play with good footballers has been really exciting.
Well, this year your club should shine. We hope. We want the flag back in Bundy.
Yep.
And we're not going to be there, so we're backing Brothers to bring it home for us.
Very good,
I
thank you.
personally don't condone this.
No, well, I think I might need a stiff drink after hearing a Waves bloke supporting Brothers, because quite honestly, I don't think those words could come out of my mouth. No.
Yeah, we'll get back. We'll give a bit of an introduction to the competition. So up here in Wide Bay, we're sort of sandwiched in between two pretty strong competitions. We've got
very strong,
the Capricornia sort of comp above us with so from Gladstone and Rockhampton area, and then sort of below us we've got the Sunshine Coast League and that sort of thing. So we're sort of jammed in. There's 4 teams in our senior competition, there's 2 of them here, and then we've got the Harvey Bay Bombers and the Bay Power, Harvey Bay Power. So Harvey Bay have been pretty dominant. We sort of trade blows with flags, and the other 2 sort of fill in on in the other years. So yeah, look, it's a bit of an interesting spot. We definitely all have a good crack at it, that's for sure. But yeah, it's as many people that'll be watching would be involved in regional footy towns, and bit of a struggle sometimes. But things like this out here is going to shine a bit of a light on it, and we'll have a bit of fun with it. So my personal favourite footy story, just to keep the mood nice and light and keep blowing a bit of smoke up my own butt while I've got the camera in front of me. So it was the time that Lockie Henderson said that I played a better game than him. So the year was about 2010, and he was sort of languishing in the 2s in the Lions reserves. I was a young sort of 17-year-old whippersnapper, and we got the opportunity back in the day to sort of go down and play some Lions reserves games. So he was obviously stuck behind gun players like Brendan Favola and Johnny Brown in the forward line, and so one day we went out to the Gabba. It was a game before the Lions played, and I was absolutely tearing it to shreds. It was awesome. I was out there on the wing. At half-time, Chris Johnston comes into the rooms, gives the team a spray. What are you doing kicking it to the top-up player? We're out here, run the structures, kick it down the line, bomb it on Lockie Henderson's head, he'll take a hanger, all this sort of stuff. And I'm just sitting there just like, okay, geez, maybe I should probably try and play a little bit less good. But anyway, after the game, he come over to me, put his arm over and he goes, geez, Jim, you... oh, you didn't actually know my name. G's number 51. You played a really good game today. And he said, oh, I reckon you played better than I did. And then, you know, we look down now. He's a retired 200-plus game player, played for 3 AFL clubs. And I'm sitting here talking about my team getting flogged in Harvey Bay by 100 points last weekend. So, you know, a bit of a sliding doors moment. But I think we're both going all right for ourselves. You reckon?
Oh, definitely.
He had a pretty good career, so
Yeah.
it's not bad.
What about you, Griffo? Give us a bit of an insight into the life of Griffo.
Oh, I've only really got 2 quick stories, mate. One was my debut, 15-year-old, playing my first game at home against Maryborough, and one of our club legends, Mark Wheatley, you know, he's giving me a bit of a pep talk. He's got hold of me jersey, he's shaking me, and he's probably 120 kilos, big solid lad, and I'm probably 65, 70 kilos, wringing wet. And he's telling me, you know, beeline the ball and, you know, don't deviate and all these kind of things. And I'm, you know, petrified. I don't get on till half-time, just over half-time. And I come on and I'm in the forward line and everyone on the bench is yelling at me, screaming, carrying on. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So I jog off and I never got put on the team sheet. So that was my first debut and one to remember. So, and that was the last game for the year. So I actually never got to debut till the following year. And the second one was when I think we played you guys in a club clash over at Waves when I played with my 4 brothers. So that's definitely one that I remember. It's probably 2 inches of water across the ground. And
You would have lost.
yeah, no, actually we won 36-27. I remember because I've got the big picture on the wall at home. So that's pretty much it, mate. And yeah, it's 2 games I'll definitely remember, even though I didn't get to play in one. So
Yeah, that's all right. So, Shawnee, from 1997 to 2020, so were you involved in all of our 11 finals in the last 25 years, grand finals?
No, I was involved. I played in the 97, and then I was vice president in 19, and then president for 6 years, and then vice president for the year after that. So I've been around for most, yes.
Yeah, so you would have seen your fair share of silly Sundays and mad Mondays at the footy club then?
Yes.
So, obviously in the news at the moment, Jordan De Goey going over to Bali, having a few beers. Do you reckon that? How do you reckon that rates in comparison to the 11 grand finals that you've seen at the footy club?
Well, it's just a Mickey Blair for me.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Well, guys, it also, I reckon, while we're here, be pretty remiss to not introduce the guys that gave us that lovely little intro. So we've got Deep Blue over here playing some tunes for us.
I love you when you're singing that song again. I gotta look in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh lady, running down to the riptide, take it away to the dark side. I wanna be your lady man. I love you when you're singing that song again. I gotta look in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
Cheers, awesome stuff there from Deep Blue again, and also in the haste of forgetting things to say, I forgot to say thanks to Shawnee and Benny for coming out in the first segment of the day. So awesome work, guys. We're up and running, so hopefully you're still watching. We'll see how we go. So I forgot also to introduce you to a very special guest, which is Joby down here. There he is. Yeah, the big dog. He's named after Jobe Watson, the greatest Brownlow medalist never to win a Brownlow medal. So he'll be joining us. He's just my little support dog down there. Hopefully when we get up and running later around, he'll be able to give us a bit of atmos. But anyway, so our next guests, guys, tonight, we have, after an undefeated season in the Women's Wide Bay AFL, coach Jason Bethune and lanky half-forward flanker Hayley. Welcome on, guys.
Welcome.
Good to see you.
Thanks, J-Power. Hope this show is more successful than your coaching record this season.
Okay, yep. So, just a bit of background information. We also have a Wide Bay women's competition, which has been really successful. It's up into its 5th year now. Obviously the Across the Waves, the Mighty She-Eagles, as they're lovingly known, won the grand final this year. So I've prepared a few questions for my good mates over here. It should be a little bit of fun. So first of all, Jason, just give me a run through on the season from a coach's perspective and what you liked, what you didn't like, how you thought it went.
Yeah, well, obviously pretty happy with how it went, finishing with the grand final and a win. It was an awesome experience this year. Obviously last year, getting so close and then falling short by 2 points, we had to come back. And they came back bigger and better and stronger than ever. You know, we had 45, I think, turn up to the first night pre-season, and those numbers were consistent all the way through the year.
That must be nice.
Yeah, not a feeling we know in the men's team. It was an awesome ride, and the girls just kept getting better, and then sort of a bit of a lull just before the end of the season, just sort of scraping through a couple of wins, and then hit the finals. First game against Gympie, we blew them away, which was awesome. And then grand final, there was all that rain in Bundaberg, and girls embraced it, went out there and won the flag, and then celebrated for many days afterwards.
Beauty. So it only took me one game to become a premiership coach. You were runner-up for your first 4 seasons as coach. So how does it finally feel to be a coach, a premiership coach, get your name up on the board inside the clubhouse? And also, Hales, if you could elaborate on what your thoughts are on Freo and his coaching style as well after that.
Yep, it feels good to get the name up there. Saw yours up there with an asterisk next to it, looked good.
Illustrious company.
Feels good. Hales?
Clearly he's still doing better than you. We've had an undefeated season and you've had a winless season, so I'd have to say he's still doing better.
Clearly a united group here.
Yeah, we stick together, us premiership winners.
Do you think your success this year was a combination of the years past? You know, you've coached for 4 or 5 years now. Do you think, it finally came together, or just more the number fact, or what do you reckon contributed to the win this year?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, girls came back more determined than ever. Michael Blair's done a lot of work with them since day one as well. And he was there all the way through. I think that definitely contributed.
You know, as a male coach coaching a women's group, I've personally done it as well for one of the seasons. You know, what are some of the challenges that you had? You know, just getting the message across, or?
No, they were a very coachable group. I found a different experience to start off with. It was sort of different challenges to what I've experienced in men's footy. But at the end of the day, they were just such a great group. I mean, every training session they get out there, Blair and I, we sort of struggled probably at times. We're going, that's not how we do it, but that's what we realised. It's not how we do it, it's how they do it. Yeah. And at the end of the day, they were holding up the cup, and the men's team were sitting bottom of the table.
Here's some awesome footage actually of that girls' grand final. So. It was a muddy, wet, slippery day, which played into Bay Power's hands a little bit. But the girls, the She-Eagles, they were just too clean. So, Freo, one of those years the grand final wasn't actually played due to COVID. It was awarded to Hervey Bay Bombers, who were undefeated at the time. So this is a 2-part question. First part: do you think there's Hervey Bay bias in the Wide Bay? Second part, how ludicrous is it that they then got a chopper to fly in the trophy in their home ground after technically not winning it? And here's a bonus question. Why did you not organise a chopper to bring ours in, considering for a fact I know you have been in a helicopter before?
Oh. No pressure, mate.
That was the biggest sentence I've ever heard you put together. Flying in a premiership cup. that was something. We decided to spend our budget on our celebrations, mainly going towards a few drinks after the grand final win, so we weren't able to fly it in. Man, we just got a budget for a helicopter.
Yeah, no, that is fair enough. So officially retired now. Do you have any future aspirations with coaching, or are you happy to sail off into the sunset and take up a job in the AFL Wide Bay media?
Probably won't be taking up a job in the AFL Wide Bay media. But no, I do. I absolutely love coaching. That was sort of really wanting to help the girls get to that first breakthrough win. So now I'm going to step aside and see where they go from now. But coaching-wise, I love doing it. I was a school teacher. Moment coaching our school team and the Wide Bay girls as well.
And they've just got a massive win.
Yes.
In the week as well.
So the Brannion Road girls, they had a game against Harvey Bay on Monday because they were our winner for the Bundaberg region, and then Harvey Bay's winner. They came against each other, and the girls went on and had a massive win. So they get to head to Brisbane next term and compete down there. So really enjoying doing that. And then it's pretty awesome too, because AFL is obviously growing up here, and with girls footy, in our team we've got 15 girls who only 2 of them play club footy, so they've just wanted to get in, get involved, and I've got no doubt they'll join up with some local clubs, and the game will continue to grow that way. So
going so far so good, mate. Just a couple more. So being an excellent coach as you are, tried and tested over the last few years, what tips or advice would you have to give me, considering that we've not won a game yet this season?
What tips and advice would I have for you?
G-rated, mate, just remember. Keep
Yeah,
it G-rated.
keep it G-rated.
Probably helps when your players show up. That's a good one.
There's an insight into the club at the moment. Look, from what you've told me, turning up grand final day is a good way of getting a win. But as far as tips for you, mate, just keep going, keep turning back up. You're doing great.
Do you reckon it's time for the women to be in line with the other competitions? Play the women's game maybe in between the senior and reserve game, or is that something you'd like to see?
I think it would be great to see. I know a lot of the girls are playing other sports as well, so whether that actually lines up or not, I'm not really sure. But as far as the quality of game the girls are playing now, they could probably take the prime time slot.
Yeah, they probably could, to be honest.
Of our team, or the team that you've just coached, 2 of the girls have been selected to go down to the South East Queensland tryouts. So Tay and Scout. So awesome effort from those guys. If you could make one pitch to the coaches down there at South East Queensland, what would you say to them to try and get these girls into that final side?
Yeah, well, put it this way. So Scout is new to our footy club this year. She turned up all pre-season. We'd been sort of working our game plan, trying to work out who our ruckman was going to be. We tried a few different things. We weren't really sure how we're going to go about it. Scout turned up. Within a week, we were like, oh yeah, this girl is pretty good. First game, I think it's one of the best games of footy I've seen in the Wide Bay. She just goes out there and dominates. So I don't think you can't pick Scout. And somebody was saying, I think every club she's gone to, she just wins flags. So if they want to win, pick Scout. And then Tay, she stepped up. She's our vice captain all year. And then obviously with Kayla going down injured, stepped up as our captain for the grand final. And you can't not pick Tay. She's just one of those players you want to play with. Hales will be able to talk more about that, but yeah, she's a leader, and she's somebody you want on your side.
Yeah, definitely.
So Hales, leading goal kicker for an undefeated side.
Yeah, Hales.
Yes.
Talk about that, and talk about some of the other girls you play with, and some of your memories for your footy career so far.
Well, I was blessed with getting the number 16 from Freo, and all of my first season back in 2021, he just said, just make sure you kick goals, because that's what number 16 does. So I haven't let it down this season, which is good. But yeah, it makes it really easy when you've got such an incredible team to play with, and you know how each other play. And our team's just stepped up to a whole nother level this year, so just makes kicking goals easier.
Oh, don't worry, number 16's kicked a few goals on me over the years. So
yeah, Hales, obviously with the leading goal kicker, I did hear that there was a little bit of controversy, and they might not have the final stats actually finalised yet. Do you think that the reason that the stats seem to have been lost is because it wasn't a Harvey Bay player that won the competition? And do you think there's Harvey Bay bias in the Wide Bay?
Well, you see, that's a great question, Jimmy. Well, there's a lot of potential for that to be the reason, but I mean, who knows? Things happen on game day, and some things just don't get recorded properly. You never know. But no, I know that it's between myself and another girl, and I feel confident that.
Well, look, you're here,
Number
Hal,
16's
so
got it.
I'm happy to give it to you.
Yeah,
I think
I'll take
we
it.
can make this an official presentation of the leading goal kicker for the Wide Bay AFL competition. So,
Have you got a trophy?
Congratulations.
And can you fly it in a helicopter?
Yeah, I would really like that. Have we got the budget for that?
Phil? Yeah, I think he said yeah, actually. There's not an earpiece in my ear, so don't pick that up at home. So anyway, Hals, a few questions for yourself.
Yep.
Let's start just by addressing the rumours, first of all. Is it true that you are a Collingwood supporter?
It is. Die-hard Collingwood supporter from day dot.
Okay,
The moment I was born.
That wraps up this segment.
Hey, it's better than being an Essendon supporter, so.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't think that I was going to get this much shade thrown. I'm already starting to regret this. All right, so anyway, now that we've got that one out of the way,
Yep.
I did actually ask you to come up with some good questions for me. And then you actually said, Jimmy, don't worry about me, mate. You just come up with the questions, and then I'm a funny lass. I will tell you some funny answers. Are you regretting not giving me some questions?
No, I'm not, Jimmy. I feel like you've got to. I feel like you could create a question on the spot, so I'm not stressed.
Okay.
I reckon you've got it. You've got it.
All right, here we go then.
All right.
Not even looking at the notes.
Okay.
So 2 of your best friends
Yep.
moved to Cloncurry.
Yes.
Do you blame yourself for that, and why?
No, I don't. I feel like it could be someone else in our friendship group that may have just pushed the bar a little too high. It's funny, he goes by the name of just Jimmy? Jimmy, I think it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, bit irrelevant, but...
All right, now we'll get back on topic. Hayley is she is a gun footy player. She has a booming and accurate kick on her as well. It is good to watch. How does it feel knowing that you've just got so much pressure to sort of, if you have to kick 3 goals a game, or if you don't, then the team's going to sort of struggle to get that win. So how do you handle that pressure personally?
Well, I don't feel like if I don't kick 3 goals, we won't win. I feel like we've got Beth, who's also in the forward line. She's come back this year, so I think she was incredible to have back. Having someone else that knows exactly what they're doing, and she's just a star, like incredible. So, but no, I do like to at least try and get 2 or 3 a game. Otherwise, I feel like I've failed. But no, it's I just pray and hope for the best. I don't trust my kick entirely, but it hasn't gone wrong for me so far. So
I trust it.
Yeah.
It's a good kick. It's a good kick.
So after being undefeated last season and then going down by less than a kick in the grand final,
Oh, why do people keep bringing this up?
how did you handle going undefeated this season and then going back down into a grand final again? And how did you just keep focused to not let the same mistakes happen again?
Well, the thought was definitely there, obviously, because we were super confident last year. But I think there was that doubt that they could still beat us, which obviously showed through at the end of the day. But yeah, this year there was no doubt in my mind that we could beat them. Like, I just feel so confident in our girls, and even just all the new girls that came through, like, they all stepped up so incredibly well, like, to handle all the pressure that comes with a grand final. Like, I just feel like we dominated the whole season, and never once I was worried about losing a game, to be honest.
Having Bay Power knock off Harvey Bay in the prelim probably gave your team a big boost in confidence going into that final game. Taking Harvey Bay out of the equation probably boosted the confidence, you'd say?
I don't think it did. I think Bay Power are a very good side. Like, if anything, I was probably more concerned that they were going to win instead of versing Bombers. I was ready to play Bombers in the grand final, to be honest. But yeah, they are a good side, and they've got some great young girls that are coming up who are so sporty and so fast and just can read the play really well. But even with such a great side, I still, at the end of the day, just knew that we were good.
I think we knew about 5 weeks out that Bay Power were probably going to be our toughest test to get through. We played them in a game and we only got over them by about a goal. And yeah, they're going to be a team that's going to be around the competition for a number of years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I'm pretty happy with that. Awesome work, guys. I think after, I know that we're going to have a handball competition with you guys in after the break. Stick around for that. We'll also get some more tunes. We've got some must-see footage of the game against Bulldogs and Waves, which I've clipped together. Must-see footage. So on that note, Hales, could you please sign us off with one of your patented barks that you do at opposition?
Look, I certainly can. Oh, whoa.
Excellent.
Hold on, now your exit's here. It's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's fading now. It's ending all too soon. You see, soon you see, soon you'll see, soon you'll see.
Thanks again to Deep Blue. Absolutely awesome stuff. Ladies, if you're out there, I don't know if you saw on the bottom of their logo, Morris has got his phone number on there, so feel free to shoot him a text if you like. So now we've got, guys, coming up, next segment, based off the classic Lou Richards handball. We have handball competition. We'll be running it throughout the year with the leaderboard and all that. So tonight we've got our special guests who are going to be going into the handball comp. I'll call the numbers out. We've got a beautiful board over here, constructed and designed by the team. So looking forward to it. We'll throw a bit of banter at them. We'll see if their handballs under pressure are as bad as they are on the football field here in the studio. So first up, let's start with we'll start with Hayley, I reckon. We've got her over there. She's looking ready to go. Good luck, Hales. Notorious non-handballer, being in the forward line. So we'll see how we go here. Best wishes.
5 right?
Hey?
5 left, 5 right.
Just do 5 right to start, and then we'll go through and we'll do 5 left the other way. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 7. Yeah, good start.
Good start for a full forward.
Oh, 2 7s in a row, up to 14. That's the classic handball over the top to the forward pocket, I reckon, right there. Oh yeah, that's what I was expecting. There's the 5. There we go. Foot behind the line, please, Hales.
Oh, my apologies.
Or,
Still 7?
no, I'm calling that a 5, actually.
What's the 7?
No.
Alrighty, last one.
Oh, not bad. Good finish on the 7. 31. All right, good start from Hales. 31. Let's get Jayla in from the mighty brothers Bulldogs.
Let's go, Jayla. Come on.
Here we go. Good luck. Oh, I reckon 5 to start with. We're not going easy here. Oh, not right in the 7. Beautiful. Oh,
5.
5. Hams, I'd be adding these up as we go, I reckon. Oh, right on 7. Perfect.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that. First bullseye. How good.
Good, Jayla.
34.
There we go. There's your 5 on the right. Well done. Good stuff. How old are you, Jayla?
Turning 16 this year.
Oh, absolutely smoked you, Hales. Anyway. Yeah. Alrighty, we've got another notorious non-handballer in Freo. In fact, there was one handball in particular that I remember. It was on Brothers' home ground back in the day when they couldn't afford to water the oval. It was about 5 minutes into the game. What do you reckon? It was about like this. Yeah. Took about 15 seconds to land. And our lovely musician over here, Moz. Yeah, come on, Moz. Get the thing out. Look at this. Absolute hospital handball. in the best in the best possible way. So anyway, based on that, low expectations for him. Let's see how we go. Oh, he starts on the 7. He's got a point to prove. Yeah, 2 7s. Keep the foot behind the line, mate. Yeah, that's a 5. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Straight through, crew. Beautiful. Finish it off. Oh, 2 in a row. Rightio. Very good. Good start. Alrighty, Benny. Let's go, mate.
Okay.
How long do you reckon it's been since you've gone for the big handball?
Well, I didn't get a possession in my last 3 or 4 games, so that's that. So, it'll be 2.5 years at least. So,
Alrighty.
here we go.
Let's get the rust out of her. Oh, good start on the 7.
7 again.
7 again. Foot behind the line here, Benny. I'm calling that one back, actually. We got the cameras here, mate. There's no hiding. Oh, and he's nailed it too. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Finish it off. Shouldn't have given him the re-go. Oh, not bad. 7 to finish.
Do we have a reader?
Hey?
41.
41. Quick maths over here. Rightio. Good start. Let's start again, guys. Are we going, Griffo? What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, but you can go if you like.
Yeah, rightio.
Hostess with a mostess.
I don't think I'm going to beat Benny, which makes me a little bit nervous to go. But anyway, I also didn't think we were going to be getting off the bloody desk, obviously, with the footy shirts underneath the suit. Alrighty, Ants. Put me down for 10.
Tally him up, Benny.
Oh, this is a bit like my coaching career. I should have retired after the first one.
7.
Oh.
I'm not getting it.
Oh, there we go.
40.
That's how we do it.
44.
Yeah, 44.
44.
It's going up in the graphic. Here we go, Griff.
No pressure, mate.
Fellow the co-host, mate. Good luck. Oh, not bad. On the 7. Oh, good one. Straight through. 10.
Yeah.
2 10s in a row. Looking good. That's a 7.
We might have a tie.
Oh, and a 7. Rightio. You can tell that we were picked for this job based on our handball ability, eh, Griff? All right, so now we go back to the start. Hales on the left-hander.
Yep.
Good luck, mate. So we'll just get a recap of the scores. They are up there. We'll see how that goes. Alrighty, Hales, let's go. Left-handers. That's a 7. Oh, that's a 7.
Jimmy.
Oh, no, that's 5, mate. Oh, that's 7. Last one, finish strong. Not bad on the 7.
Well done, House.
Not bad on the opposite hand. Rightio, Jayla, let's go. 64 to beat. What do we go, 5 there? Good start. 5 again. Here we go. Oh, 7, well done. Oh, 7 again. Here we go, finish strong. Yeah, good stuff. 7 again, well done.
Jayla.
Here we go, Freo.
Do I go right or left?
You went left last time.
What's that? Yeah, I was thinking of me saying it.
There's a 7. Oi, that one's well out. I'm calling that 3.
I'll turn it up.
That's a 7. That's a 7. Last one.
Hang
Finish off. And a
7
7.
to finish. Well done, Jace.
That's it. Good work. Amber, how'd we go? Yeah, good start, Benny. 7. Oh, 7 again. 3 in a row. He's going to knock the board over here. There's 4.
Oh.
Yeah, 7 again. Well done. I don't want my players to watch me handball left-handed because I do often yell at them for being shit left-handed handballers. So, oof.
1.
That's a 7, Amber. Oh,
3.
that's a 5. Just
It's not helping me in any way.
7. 7 again.
Nice pressure.
Oh.
right
7
here.
to finish. Takes 2 of them. Hey, you're a school teacher, aren't you, Amber?
33.
Sorry, did I?
Would you like to come over here?
How'd we go?
77.
77.
Ooh.
What did Benny get?
76.
76. Oh, that is close at the top. Rightio.
Come on, Griff.
Here we go, Griff. Bring it home for brothers, mate. All 7 to start.
It's right on this.
Oh, that's a 5 there.
Oh.
100%. Take it back to the camera. That's a 7. Oh, straight through. Here we go.
I didn't want to get you if you went behind.
No.
Oh, 7 again.
Yeah, I'll give you 7. Unless it's close at the end. Awesome work, guys, from brothers and across the way. So hopefully we can get some guys up from the other clubs to come up and have a bit of a run and have a bit of a crack. So really good stuff. First handball challenge done. Nailed it. Rightio, welcome back, guys, to the AFL Wide Bay Footy Show. We're still going, for somehow we've managed to fill up a fair bit of time so far. That was an awesome handball comp. I was pretty happy with that, especially happy with the efforts of both of us, absolutely nailing the opposition so far. So the call is out. If you reckon you can beat us, come in, see how you go. But I guess, Griffo, we should probably talk about a little bit of footy, considering that's the name of our show. So
Both are still play too, mate.
yeah. One better than the other. I'll let you guys figure out which one's which. But so yeah, basically we're running about halfway through the season so far. At the moment, Harvey Bay Bombers, team to beat. They are undefeated. Just come from a weekend of getting belted by them on our home deck. So that was pretty fun. Then we've got Brothers having one of their best years in sort of recent history. They've sort of got a few players back into the side. How are you guys travelling this year, Griff?
Yeah, not bad, mate. We're hit pretty hard with COVID. A lot of our blokes, just wanted to go camping or just have that year off when it was only the 10-game season. So struggled with numbers, as you'd know. We didn't win a game for 2 years, and this year, obviously, we went recruiting and called on a few players to come back and got a lot of guys from interstate. So
A couple of our players too, don't forget.
yeah, a couple of the Cross the Waste boys came across.
Apparently you get paid in meat pies and footy boots in our comp, and some people take the bait, so good on them.
Yeah, I'm not sure the reasonings why, but they've just changed of environment, I guess. But yeah, we're having a better year. Brad Grogan come back to coach, so come back in our 50th year. Just seeing if we can put our best foot forward to win the flag. So yeah, it should be good, hopefully.
Yeah,
7 or 8 games left till the big dance. So
best
should be
wishes,
right.
mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So
You too.
7 or 8 games left, yeah. So technically not out of it yet. So we've got we've got actually a little bit of footage. We played each other a couple of weeks ago. It was a really good game. We were really competitive for 3 quarters, and then they sort of blew us off a little bit in the last quarter. Here we go. Here, this is one of my favourite highlights. So number 16 there, the big rig running into the pocket, and then that's Fev, ultimate resis. Here we go, Bluey, bang, right across the mutton. That is exactly how he's played for the last 10 years too.
Got to make you earn it, I think. I think he'd say as he jogs past.
Getting the nice 50-metre penalty, so I thought I'd give him a little bit of tap and say thanks very much, mate. This is while the game's still in the balance as well, so I was pretty happy with that. And Bluey's actually, he's been good. He's been around your footy club for years. He's one of the stalwarts of it.
Yeah, he captained us for 3 or 4 years there too. So he was a 2010 Premiership player as well. So
yeah,
he's been there probably 15, 16 years, I think, through juniors. So
and
Michael Lovett,
yeah. He's actually given my brother a couple of concussions as well. So now that he's gone down to Tassie, I'm sort of stepping in place for him as the old pincushion. So
yeah, good old concreters when they play footy. But no, Michael's good. He's took his while to develop when he was a junior, but now he's playing some senior footy. He's one of our key players on the wing there now. He's come out of the back line and he's definitely as tough as they come, old Bluey. So
he had a good game. So good on you, mate.
Yeah.
So next one that we've got coming up here is my personal favourite. So here we go. Let the lads get into the game, boys. What are we doing? Coming out into the last quarter. All right. So we need something inspirational. This is the first bounce of the last quarter. We're down by 8 points. Okay. Ball goes up. Trigger. Beautiful umpire. Gets up. Bang. Here's Woody. Comes through. Who's used to play for Waves. And then Buska. Jimbo coming off the half-forward flank just like his glory days. All right. Absolutely takes him out.
A little bit of push and shove there too, mate.
So I don't think he was too happy with that one, young Woody, because after the game I sort of went up to shake his hand. He gave me a little bit of the old penguin. Couldn't get it up for the old handshake. So anyway, he's going pretty well, and so is Tyson. The two boys. We make a bit of fun about it, but I guess if you don't make fun about it, you'll probably cry.
Yeah. No, they're fitting in quite well, so they're playing some good footy for us, mate. So
they are going pretty well.
Thanks for that, for coaching them for the last couple of years. But
yeah, they're really starting to develop now under a solid senior coach. So look, they've picked the right time to jump ship. So no, good on the lads. My third one here that we've got is my personal favourite, and this incorporates our lovely mate Griff over here as well. So comes up out of the bounce, young fella, 17 years old, slung to the ground by Griff. And then what does he do? He retaliates. Gets up there, have a crack at him.
I don't know about a slung to the ground.
So young Fletch there just absolutely takes it like a man. New bloke up to the footy club this year. He's a real gun. So if we just let this footage play out, it actually gets a little bit better. So further up the ground, we've got some remonstration. This is Fletcher's brother here, Connor, who's is one of our best players now. They're having a bit of a go at it. So as it rolls on, Waves are out in space. Oh no, wait, let's just call it back here. Whistles are in. And if we pan over, there we go. The two boys yellow carded.
Actually, we're having a laugh as we ran off. We actually were just talking to each other. There was a few choice words said there, but no, there was no striking, no nothing. We're actually just bumping each other. So I might add in that was my first ever yellow card in I don't know how many senior games of footy, probably near 250, mate, for a few clubs. So yeah, I was a bit surprised with the card, to be honest, but
I'll have to take your word for that one, I reckon.
Anyway.
It looked good on you, yellow, actually.
Yeah,
I was pretty happy with that, standing on the in the coach's box. So anyway, for those that there's a bit of an insight into the Wide Bay footy, good rivals, get on the field, have a bit of a tough game, and then, have a yarn, have a beer after, and have a bit of fun. So
some of them are not the best highlights, but it's some good footy played up here.
Look, yeah, I must say I did cherry pick a couple of things that I like.
Yeah. We have some quality players. We got a few from our league going down to try out for that the North versus South senior game where they picked the Stockman. So a couple, I think Sliney from Bay Power, and I think there's definitely a couple from Harvey Bay.
Yeah.
And then the big Tristan Taylor from Brothers. So yeah, there's some quality players up here that play some good footy. So good luck to them when they go down there play
Yeah,
the games.
no, 100%. It's really good when players from our competition, they get sort of put into that category where they can go down and try out for those state teams. I know we had Diesel, Damien McRae went up last year in Cairns and had a good couple of kicks, and I don't think he's taken his South East Queensland training jersey off since he's come back either. But
he's another quality player, mate. He's big left foot on him too, so he sits in the back line and he's hard to miss. So definitely a quality player.
If you do find yourself with a bit of time, we've got both games coming up this round in Bundy. We've got ourselves across the waves versus Bay Power. Bay Power currently only sitting 3 games ahead of us, so with eight rounds remaining, we're still a chance if we can knock them off at home. It'll be a pretty good game. They're always really competitive matches, and they're always sort of good fun and good tough games. So that's probably the undercard. It's similar to the AFL this week, where the top teams are playing the top teams and the bottom teams are playing the bottom teams. So the real draw card over at your ground at Kensington. The top 2 clash. So how are you feeling about that, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. We're actually going in it confident. We went down to play Bay Power at their home ground at Harvey Bay, and we played some terrible footy, to be honest, mate. The ground was in good nick compared to the women's grand final, and we just couldn't get it together for 3 quarters. It's similar to the game where we played you. We just come out in the last quarter and kicked 3 or 4 goals to win by 2 points, where personally I think we just got lucky. Bay Power were the better side all day. Josh Wheeler just dominated the game again, like he does, and Sliney and a few others. But this weekend, we're confident. We've got to be confident going into the game against the top team. Mate, they're undefeated, and they've got everything to lose, and we've got everything to win. So it's at home. I think we play better at home. We've just got to start well. So should be a good side. We should have our strongest team in the same team where we played you guys. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the challenge. It's sort of 8 games to go. You know where you are against the top side, and what you got to work on if you get beaten. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, if it gives you any a bit of belief, then I think one year, don't quote me, but I think it might have been 2014, where Harvey Bay undefeated all year. I think the first round we came out, they dealt us by about 16 goals. It was they were well on top. We come through, they beat us again in the qualifying final. We managed to get through. We must have played either you guys or Bay Power to get into the grand final. And word on the street, be it rightly or wrongly, happy for someone from Harvey Bay to let me know if this is true or not, but I believe that hats were made with 2014 grand finalists on it. And the Mighty Waves went out, not given a chance, got away to a good start and just managed to hold on for the rest of the game for
I think you are right about the hats, mate.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure you're right with that. So
you don't forget something like that. That's that's good chat. Alrighty, so I reckon I'm pretty happy with that as a first episode. You happy with that?
Mate, not too bad. Yeah,
Okay.
A bit rusty from a couple of amateurs, but we'll get
pretty rough.
Get better at it as we go, mate.
There's just one thing that we need to do at the end of the show, and that is thank all of our volunteers at all local levels of footy. We do want to shine a light on a volunteer of the week. This one here, we've got Raylene Richardson. She's the wife of our current president, which immediately puts her into a very difficult role in the club, because she actually has to do everything that Artie says that he does.
Yeah.
So it's behind the scenes that really help out our footy club. So good on your Rails, and I'll shout your VB after training on Thursday. So that's good stuff. We'll keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
as we
absolutely.
Go.
Volunteers are what make footy clubs at this level, mate. So definitely one each week. Just shine the light on them and appreciate the efforts that they do. So
yeah. So I was thinking about what our sign off could be, and I'm going with this. Get to training. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.